Carlos Silva with the introductions. Take it away,
All
Carlos.
right, fight fans. Here we are in Houston, Texas, at the beautiful Ramada Inn Astrodome, where this evening, Cedric Kushner Promotions, in conjunction with Bad Boys Inc., would like to welcome you to the Corona Extra Heavyweight Explosion. These bouts are sanctioned by the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation. Inspectors at ringside, Mr. Dick Cole, Bob Simpson, and Henry Villagomez. Physicians at ringside, Dr. Paris Bransford and Dr. Jorge Guerrero. Timekeeper at ringside, Mr. Philip Guillory. Judges for these bouts this evening, Mr. Bob Martin, Mr. Chuck Bertaney, and Mr. Scott Morrison. And here we go with the co-feature main event of the evening, 10 rounds heavyweights. When the bell sounds, the man in charge, Mr. Barry Yates. Introducing the principals. Starting out of the blue corner, wearing white trunks with multicolored trim, weighing in at 216 pounds, with a professional record of 10 wins, only 6 defeats, and 8 by way of knockout. He is from Jamaica. Help me welcome Everton Davis. And introducing his opponent, to my left, fighting out of the red corner, wearing blue trunks, weighing in at 215 pounds, with a professional record of 9 wins, only 2 defeats, 1 draw, and 8 by way of knockout. He is from our very own backyard in Houston, Texas. He is Gregory Pickrom.
In the dressing room, I expect you to obey my commands at all times. Protect yourselves at all times. Good luck.
All right, interesting matchup. Same height, virtually no weight advantage, slight reach advantage for Greg Pickrom, Everton Davis. The biological clock ticking on him at 31 years of age. He's 4 years older than Chocolate Pickrom. And Bob, I think there's some basic issues here right off the bat. Can Pickrom come back from that knockout? Johnny Ruiz caught him cold in the first round. Can Davis capitalize on that big upset win over Jeff Wooden getting up off the floor? Pickrom has never been 10, he's only been 8 once. And this is a scheduled 10-rounder, and they're going at it real fast.
No, they really are. I think Davis's people, Jesse Reed in the corner, are aware of Pickrom's setback, and they're trying to catch him cold early, but Pickrom's a heck of a fighter. You know, he's a tremendous gym fighter. He gives, you know, great accounts of himself in the gym, and there's no feeling out process here for these 2 big guys. You can tell right now, looking at these guys, they're stealth bombers. I mean, they're in tremendous condition for heavyweights. There's not any body fat on these guys to speak of at all.
Pickrom in the blue shorts got stopped in his last fight. Now it's July 18th of this summer. Johnny Ruiz catching him in the first round in a fight. For Pickrom. Davis got up off the floor to knock out Jeff Wooden this past June. Stopping Wooden in the 4th round after a 4-fight losing streak. He comes in with a very deceptive 10-6 record. However, his chin slightly suspect. He's been stopped twice in his career, once by Tom Gillespie and the other time by Jeremy Williams. Pickrom's other KO bye came from the hands of Ike Ibiabuchi. Nice body shot, digs into the side.
Myself,
by Davis.
I think Davis has got a great beard on him. You know, in the Jeremy Williams fight, he had Williams on the deck, and you know, lost later stages of the fight. You know, fighting guys like Witherspoon. I mean, he's been in with real tough heavyweight fighters, and you know, always given a great account of himself. He has not been pampered at all.
Pickrom, nice right off the left. A little more than a minute to go in round number 1. He's got Davis backing up.
Davis started very fast in this fight. If he's ever had a problem, you know, it's been that he fights in the defensive shell and tries to come out of there as he showed in the Wooden fight. But he's trying to get started. I know Jesse Reed gave him the pep talk before the fight. Both guys exchanging hard punches here early in this bout.
And he's got a It looked for a second like Davis was on shaky legs, and Pickrom trying to open up on him. Pickrom's got 8 knockouts in his 9 wins. I think he'd like to see himself go into the later rounds. Trying to work that body in close. The one time that Davis was dropped in the Wooden fight, it was from a body shot. So as sharp as Davis' physique looks, Bob, for some reason he doesn't deal well with body shots, as we got about 20 seconds to go now in the first round, scheduled for 10.
Excellent opening round for both fighters here. They're both trying to get something established here early in this fight.
Coming near the end, slight edge at the moment for Pickrom, who's starting to get that jab established, and I think that's going to be a big key as we come to the end of round number 1 on the Cedric Sports Show. Back in the corner here, Everton Davis. Start too, Bob.
No, really, I think that Jesse gave him, you know, the speech beforehand, said, hey, listen, you know, heck with that defensive thing, laying in there and letting this other guy get off and try to come out of that shell, as we've seen him do in the past. He tried to come right out and get started with Pickrom. I had him in the beginning of the round, and Pickrom came on. I had it in the even round. Both guys trying to get established.
I thought Pickrom came on strong enough at the end to pull out the round, even though the first 60 seconds clearly went to Everton Davis.
That's the key. Jab is the key. On the inside, throw the uppercut as soon as you get in.
As we start round number 2 of a scheduled 10 rounder, Ronnie Shields in the corner for this fight with Greg Pickrom telling him to get that uppercut working. Very good and exciting first round. Very close. Get a slight edge. Greg Pickrom. Back to
Both fighters getting some things accomplished early. You know, one significant thing in this fight is the fact that Everton Davis has been in with tougher competition and has been in tougher fights. He's gotten off the deck before to win fights. Greg Pickrom, really, he's blown a lot of guys out of there. He's an explosive puncher early in the fight, but he's never really been in a war that this thing looks like it could be shaping up to be.
Well, let's talk about the competition. Although he had that 4-fight losing streak before the Wooden victory, those 4 losses came to Tom Gillespie, David Seward, Jeremy Williams, and Tim Witherspoon, some pretty good heavyweights. And Jeff Wooden, no slouch, came into that fight with a 13-1 record. And again, Davis got up off the floor for that victory.
These guys are mirror images of each other. Beautiful, beautiful fighters. I mean, beautiful bodies for fighters. You know, a lot of times in the heavyweight division, and it doesn't mean that a guy can't fight if he's, you know, got 15% body fat, but these guys certainly.
Good left-right combination by
Pickrom answers back. Nice counter punches by Kid Chocolate.
We're halfway gone in round number 2. Brutal pace for these two fighters. You got to wonder again. Pickrom never been past 8, and he was only there once. Other than that, never been past 4 rounds. Whether he can keep up this pace and this kind of stamina, Bob, will be an interesting test.
And we got to remember that both guys took this fight on very short notice, about 10 days out from the date of the fight.
Good matchmaking, though, by Bill Benton. Davis trying to capitalize, get back into the heavyweight picture at 31 years of age. Doesn't have a lot of time coming off the big win over Wooden. Chocolate, Greg Pickrom trying to come back after that loss to Johnny Ruiz, and probably that's the biggest name on his resume today. Unfortunately, he was stopped in the first round. When he throws the jab, he's got a nice jab, Pickrom. He doesn't seem to double on it or use it enough or throw anything off it, though, Bob.
I think he's a little bit hesitant because of, you know, the big counter shots being thrown by Everton Davis. But if he gets into the flow in this fight, I think that jab will be the difference. But Davis really doesn't have a good jab. I mean, he does. He's got a powerful jab, but he's not busy with it like Pickrom can be.
And he keeps it down around his knees and tends to telegraph it. I think another thing I'd be interested why they didn't mention it in the corner. The body work of Pickrom seemed to affect Davis a lot more than even the jab and the uppercuts. But he hasn't used regard to the body much here in round number 2. As the cover's going to close, this is scheduled 10-rounder.
Come on, Greg. Now look, listen to me. Look, listen to me. Look. waiting on? Why you waiting on this guy, huh? What you waiting on?
Again, we'd like to thank the Trophy
You
Club
can win it.
for
The
supplying
guy's trying to win
tonight's
for a shot.
ring
You
girl.
waiting on the shot, and you sit there and look. You walking around just looking at it. What's wrong with your jab? Something wrong with your jab? Huh?
We'd also
Jab
like
okay?
to thank the Ramada Inn Hotel for their wonderful hospitality. They have food and plenty
Action
of
from round number 2. Good overhand right, but they traded. And one thing about Pickrom, Bobby doesn't seem the least bit intimidated in spite of the fact that he's coming off that first round knockout by the hands of Johnny Ruiz. He's trading in there and seems to be taking Davis's best shots and giving him right back, not going into a shell.
That's very important that he got through that rough first round where Davis really tried to pour it on him and establish himself in this fight.
Round number 3. No knockdowns thus far in the fight. Pretty strong second round for Pickrom as we were talking between rounds. Didn't seem to be intimidated, getting, for lack of a better term, that knockout rust off him. Big right hand lands over the top by Davis.
Well, Arnie, but he's rolling in there. He doesn't want to be against the ropes with Everton Davis firing on him like that. Greg Pickrom is a beautiful, what you call, rhythm fighter. He gets into that rhythm, and he's just moving, perpetual motion. He gets his hands moving, and you see Davis there holding on a little bit after shooting his load there with that 10-punch salvo combination that he let go on Greg Pickrom. If Pickrom can get into his rhythm, get into, letting his hands go in this fight, I think it'll sway in his direction.
I agree with you because I think rhythm's going to be the key to it. He can't keep up an uneven pace for 10 rounds. It'll wear him down, and I'm not sure Everton Davis can go at this pace. He's 31 years of age. The 2 times he's been 10 rounds in his career, he came up both times on the losing end. Losing a 10-round decision to David Tua, also losing a 10-round decision to Alex Garcia. That was back in '93 against Garcia.
But you look at the names.
Oh, and a good right
Garcia.
hand. Oh, he's rocked Pickrom right now. Pickrom backing up on the ropes, not offering anything back.
Pickrom's in a shell and a good defensive shell there, but he does not want to be there. He does not want to be there with Everton Davis. He's got to stay in the middle of the ring and move that jab.
Barry Yates warning Everton Davis to watch the elbow when he gets in close. Pickrom slips the shot, but doesn't come up throwing anything and eats a left hook for his father.
Davis is a rough fighter. He's been in with tough fighters, 10 rounds. That's the kind of thing that, prepares you for a fight like this, whereas Greg Pickrom in a lot of ways is on untested waters.
We got under a minute to go now in round number 3. This is scheduled for 10. Pickrom's never been there before. Eating a lot of shots this round. Very good round thus far for Everton Davis. Double left hook followed by a right in close, and he's got Pickrom hanging on now for the first time in the fight. Pickrom looking very tired right now, Bob.
He looks almost disinterested here or disappointed in himself, but he's coming off a good second round.
Oh, and he eats another right hand. He's got a... Oh, and down goes Pickrom. And down goes referee Barry Yates as he trips over a fall of Pickrom. He may not make it up here. And he doesn't beat the count.
He was hurt badly. Davis had him starting in that round, backing him up to the ropes.
A big knockout for Everton Davis. Unofficially had him losing the first 2 rounds. First round very close, very good second round for Chocolate Pickrom. Looked like he was starting to get his rhythm started. And Everton Davis came out in the 3rd round in a very winded looking Greg Pickrom, what Bob Spagnola describes as disinterested. Sort of disgusted with himself, ate a lot of leather in this round, held on for a while, eats a left-right combination there as we look at a replay here in round number 3. Big right over the top, finally puts him on the deck. And after Barry Yates tripped over him, never managed to get up off the floor. There's a very happy Everton Davis with a 2nd straight knockout win. And he's got to really feel his career's back on track right now. He's pinched to 11-6. That's his 9th knockout, his 2nd knockout in a row. Last one coming back in June, getting up off the floor to stop Jeff Wooden. This time after a mediocre 1st and 2nd round, let's say, or feeling out 1st and 2nd round, give him the benefit of the doubt. Came on and stops Greg Pickrom. Now we're going to go up for the official time with our ring announcer, Carlos Silva.
Ladies and gentlemen, the official time, 2 minutes, 47 seconds of the third round by stunning knockout. Help me enjoy the victory with Everton Davis.
There you see Everton Davis improves to 11-6, 9 knockouts, and we're going to take a look. Another angle here on the knockout that came in the third round. Watch for a big overhand over the right, over the top. There's the punch that finally puts down Greg Pickrom, but it was certainly also an accumulation of punches, a dynamite third round for Everton Davis. And I think he knew it was over at that point. Greg Pickrom drops down to 9-3-1, and we got Bob Spagnola with a very happy and on a roll, Everton Davis. Take it away, Spag.
I'm here with Everton Davis in his corner, but I'll tell you something, he's concerned for Greg Pickrom right now. That's his major consideration at this point, even in being so happy with this fabulous victory. How do you feel?
I think we should pray for him. I really do. Because I'm really sorry that I want to win, but all I want is a win. I don't want to hurt nobody, personally. I just want a victory, man.
No, listen, it was an excellent fight. Two really mirror images of each other. People say about heavyweights, oh, this guy's got 10% body fat, or you guys were mirror images of each other, like two stealth fighters in there, and it was an excellent matchup as long as it lasted.
You know, he rolls with a punch very good, you know, because I was really trying too hard at first to take him out. I just wanted a quick knockout, and that was it, and I was loading up. But I'm glad that I won the fight, but I just hope he's okay.
No,
thank you for putting me on the show.
No, listen, we all hope he's okay, and I feel like he's going to. His eyes didn't seem to be going back in his head or anything, but he gave. You know, they're watching it on the monitor right now. The knockout, you were hitting him with right hands over the top, and he was rolling them better in the early part of the fight. But when he started backing up to the ropes and letting you get your range on him, you really started to go to town on him.
Yeah, and I just thank God for the victory. Believe me, he really surprised me because I thought it would be a little easier. Because I got a lot of experience because I sparred with a lot of good fighters out there, you know. But you really did surprise me for a little.
You know, he's a good young fighter, but, you know, we were looking at your record, 10 wins and 6 losses at 31 years old, but really you got to throw that all out the window. You're with new people now, and you really. You know, it's so important to be able to. I know at times in your career you've been self-managed, handling things. It's too much for a fighter to do. It's too much for a fighter to do, any fighter, regardless. And sometimes the better the fighter, they take more on their shoulders, and it's just they can't handle it all. But, you know, you've got it going on. And in the heavyweights, 31 years old is nothing. And as we can all see, taking a look on you, obviously, you're taking real good care of yourself.
I run 5 miles, and I do like 7 sprints, 700-yard sprints. You know, because the sprint is what push it. Because even though I feel tired,
Pickrom's getting up here. They gave him a little bit of oxygen. I'm going to bring it over to Jesse Reed here, his trainer. You've been working with Everton for a few months now. Jess, how will you give him a report card on this fight?
Well, you know, I'm really pleased with the way Everton changed his rhythm of punches. At the beginning, he was real tight, trying to load up. Come back to the corner. We got him under a little bit of control. He listened to him very well. Went out and started putting the numbers to him.
You know what he's talking about.
And I'm just, you know, you got to say, great fight. You know, it was good for him. It was two guys with the same body fat, good, well-conditioned athletes, and Everton took it to him and won the fight.
Yeah, really, you didn't leave anything for discussion. And, you know, a lot of times in heavyweights, give it credit to Pickrom and Davis. They took this fight on short notice. Both of them well-conditioned, came out here and gave it all they had. And, you know, that's what the heavyweight division needs more of.
Definitely.
I got to run a little bit more. I got to pick up some more sprinting. You know, I kind of feel a little winded right there. And I really thought I was in excellent condition. I was doing 5 mile. I was doing 7 sprints, 700-yard sprints. I got to pick up the sprinting because the sprinting is where I really push you. You know?
But listen, this fight, it'll open up. We're thrilled to have you here on the Heavyweight Explosion for the second time in about 3 months, and I'm quite sure that we're going to see you back here again.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Congratulations, and we'll go back to you, Arnie. Congratulations, fellas.
Thank you, Bob. And first, we're pleased to announce Greg